Hi, I'm Sandra from the blog Cherry Heart, and I'd like to welcome you to my second podcast ever. If you watched the first one, thank you so much, and thank you for all your lovely words, all your kind comments about it. You made me feel so much better. It's actually quite embarrassing, and when you come to hit the publish button, you kind of freeze up a bit. But I did it, and you just helped so much, so thank you for that. So I hope you enjoy it if you come back, and if this is your first one, I hope you enjoy it too. I'm going to put all the show notes on my blog again, so if you're watching on the blog, you can just scroll straight down and all the links for everything I talk about will be underneath. And if you're watching on Ravelry or YouTube, I'll put a link to my blog, cherryheart.co.uk. I'll pop that underneath and you can fly off and find them nice and easily. So I thought I would start with what I'm working on at the moment. And I've got a bit of knitting on the go, so let me show you that. If I can get it out. I've been using my basket again that I showed you on the first episode that Sam of Betsy Makes gave to me, that I love. So let me unravel this. It's actually a shawl pattern. There's not a lot to see yet actually, because it's all cream and I haven't started the interesting bit yet. So here it is. Big whole load of garter stitch. It looks a bit like a bizarre hammock at the moment, but it's actually the French cancan pattern. Is that right? Yes, by Mademoiselle C. It's on Ravelry, and I wanted something that I didn't have to think about. So rows and rows and rows of garter. Fabulous. Vanilla knitting, quite literally, because of the colour as well. So it's very vanilla in every way it can be. And I've just made a little start on the border. I don't know if you know this shawl, but it's like a whole mass of garter, and then the edge is where the excitement is. There's like sort of a lace pattern with cabling along it, so that's really pretty. So let's not show you it backwards. Just started a tiny bit of border. So look, it's got this pretty little edge, which will be pretty when it's all blocked out and lovely. So that's how much I've done, a couple of inches, and I've got to carry on doing that all the way, right to the other end. So that's going to take a while. So I've kind of put that to the side for a bit because I'm still working on it, but I'm not feeling quite so enthusiastic about getting through that lot as I was about just mindlessly knit. So, but I will get to it. And I watched, I'm going to say this wrong, Ichigo Knitter? Ichigo Abroad, is that right? Anyway, I was watching her podcast last night. She's living in Japan, she's studying in Japan. So I don't know if you know it, but if you watch it, lovely podcast. So I was watching that, and she has just finished hers, and she said once you memorise the border pattern, it goes a lot quicker. So I'm hoping, once I get going with it a bit, it'll whiz-ish by. Anyway, I'll keep plugging away at it. It will get done eventually. And then the other project I've got on the go is another sort of eventually project. I need something quicker actually, because eventually things are nice, but I need finishes anyway. I need the satisfaction. But anyway, moving on. My other project I showed you a little bit of last time, which is what I'm going to call my weekender blanket. Sorry, this chair creaks, so if you hear funny noises, it's this chair, I'm afraid. I'll try not to move too much. I've come over into a different position, as you see if you watched the first one. You can see a bit of the craft room in the background. I thought you might not mind to see a bit of craft room pretty. Yeah, but I've come nearer to the window for better light, because today is grey and horrible, and I know a couple of you found the light not great last time, and I was sitting in my little corner last time, which is great and cosy. Great for me, but maybe not so good for you, so we'll see how this one goes. But if this chair keeps playing up, then we may have to move back. Anyway, stick to the issue. My weekender blanket, that's what I'm calling it, with hexagons. Come up close so you can see. Colours look a little bit brighter than this in real life, but as you can see, it hides me on the screen. I'm getting quite a nice sort of blankety amount now, so that's quite exciting. I've been doing a little bit. I've called it my weekend blanket because I thought I shall just work on it at the weekends, because I don't know about you, have you made a hexagon blanket before? But because there's so many colours sort of touching, every hexagon has got another 6 colours that has to be round it. I'm finding it quite hard to place my colours and have them, I like to have spread out, random, but even random. Because I don't want random, because that would mean you'd have clumps of colours and then there'd be a sparse bit and then 2 together the same colour. That's no good. I don't want mathematically random. I want even organised random of colours dotted around vaguely evenly, but not keep repeating the same pattern. So I don't want order and I don't want chaos. I want happy medium, and that's quite hard. Sometimes it's easier than others. This one it's hard. I'm finding it hard anyway. So my plan is to sit on the floor and lay out all my colours so I can sort of have a play and rearrange before I actually put them in place. So it's quite slow going, and it's also quite hard on the bum cheeks, which get a bit numb from sitting on the floor playing with hexagons on the carpet. So I thought I shall save that for the weekend, and then I can spread it all out over the living room carpet and not have to worry. So that's what I'm doing. But this week I didn't get a lot of time to work on it at the weekend. We were quite busy and I felt a bit cheated out of my blanket time. So I've actually done a little bit this week to catch up. So yeah, it's coming on well. It's coming on good now. Now I've got my little system of what I'm doing as well. Is I'm joining as I go. So I'm making the hexagons, I've started the last round, and then I stop at the point where I need to do the join, and I've worked out how much yarn I need to complete the rest of the hexagon. It's so many wraps around my hand, so I do the wraps around my hand and then I cut the yarn, and then I start another hexagon. So that's what I've been doing. I've been prepping a load of them to the sort of the joining stage, wrap the yarn, put them to the side. Complete pain in the bum, but it's easier because then I can lay them out, and then once I've decided where they're going to go, then I join them. So it minimises floor time. It's a bit wasteful on the wool though, because obviously you want to make sure you've got enough to complete the hexagon, so I sort of err on the side of caution, which generally means I'm sort of cutting off between sort of that and that each time, and then obviously once I thread the ends in I'll cut a bit more off again. So it's not the most yarn efficient way of working, but it is the most my sanity and actually getting it done way of working, so I've decided it was worth the yarn expense to do it. So there we go. I've just got to get these ends. Horrible ends. I used to be an absolutely committed weave them in as I go. Each one I'd add, and the yarn I'd put the ends in. I don't know what's happened. I've lapsed. So now I sort of join a batch and weave in a batch. Join, weave, and sort of take turns. It's not too bad then. So I'll pop that on there and sort it out later. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. And now let me show you some things I've finished. So first of all, I've got some things that I actually finished ages ago. I finished these before Christmas. I just haven't had a moment to sort of show you. And normally every Christmas I get a bit of a knitting itch that I have to scratch. I always want to knit around Christmas time, and it was also around Christmas time that I started discovering podcasts, and most podcasts seem to be knitting podcasts. I find very little crochet activity in podcasts so far that I've found. There must be out there, but so yeah, that hasn't helped the knitting. The desire to knit is still sticking quite strong now. But anyway, these were made at Christmas time. Mitts. Again, I only have like 40,000 pairs, so obviously several more are in order. But here they are. Oh, let's hang on. Oh god, camera issues. Is that focusing on that? Keep still. Okay, look at that pattern. Look at the ribbon. Can you see it? If I hide, there we go. Sort of showing, isn't it? It's like well, not a twisted rib, but it's like a sort of mini cable. Take this off and hold it up. And hide behind it so it doesn't focus on me. Look, my heart buttons as well. Do you like those? Ah, love those. And look at all those colours in there. There's blue, there's pink, there's yellows, there's greens, there's oranges. It's amazing. I loved it. Loved making these. Let me tell you what they are. They are the Pride and Prejudice mitts by Christelle Nahul. She's French. That's probably wrong. I'm sorry. But it's on Ravelry again. And yeah, I just loved that little elegant rib that I'm having trouble showing you, and the way it comes up. Very pretty. I had this yarn, which is can't see where I've written it down. Painter's Palette Premium Merino. Koi Goon, is that right? I see things written down. I know what I think it says. I said this last time, let's not go over it. But pronunciation, not good. Anyway, yeah, so it's got the most amazing colours in it, and I have had it for quite a while. I got it for my birthday actually, Loop, last year, so I've had it almost a year before I decided, it's not my birthday today by the way, it was earlier. I'd had it almost a year before I finally decided this is what I wanted to do with it. And I'll show you a flat bit as well so you can see the colours. It's doing funny things with the white balance, but it's a little bit more yellowy than that overall, sort of browny, but lovely. Love all the colours in that, so very happy with those. Very happy with those. They were fun to knit, and it was just the perfect thing for that wool, and that's always satisfying, I think, when you can find something just lovely for the wool. In case you heard that noise, that was my email coming in. Need to find some way to stop that happening, because that's going to be annoying, isn't it? Okay, and the other thing I've got to show you is something sewing. This is another sort of Christmas related thing actually. Here we are in February and I'm still harking on back to Christmas. I got a Kindle for Christmas, so that was quite exciting, quite enjoying that. So reading a lot more again now, which is good. So I made myself a little cover for it, which I shall show you. Okay, with the I love reading, or love reading actually, on it. So there it is. And sorry, just doing a bit of a camera shuffle. So there we go. I quite like that. I'm quite pleased with it, how it looks, but it's a bit of a fiasco, and actually I want to remake it. I had a bit of an issue with it because I cut all these lovely strips. Let me sit back because the light's funny. I cut all the strips, and then when I had done it all, my accuracy was way off. So at the back, I've got the sort of, it's not even straight. I had to patch an extra piece in, so that looks great. Not very impressed with that. Which wouldn't bother me. It bothers me, but it doesn't bother me that much because it's on the back and I have it that way the whole time. But it also bugs me that on, which side is it? Here, this side, look, tiny, oh, silly light, it's going all glary and horrible. Let's get close. Tiny bit, oh, that's even worse. It's not straight, is what I'm trying to say. Crooked bit, and it's got a bit sloping. That annoys me. That really annoys me. And it also means that if you put it sort of how it's actually supposed to be, which is like that. God, I was having a bad sewing day that day, obviously. So if I put it like that, then the flap is like nowhere near central. It's like right off over there. So I know overall, superficially, it looks fab, or I think it looks fab. It kind of annoys the heck out of me as well, so I might end up doing it again. And I had awful trouble with this bit as well. This annoyed me because I'm going to sound like a right perfectionist nutbag here, but my love reading didn't go along the dots. It was all skew-iff on the fabric. And then I picked a fabric that didn't even show up on this background, so I had to put another layer underneath, so bleh. The whole thing was a bit bleh. So it looks good, is made badly. So I may or may not get round to doing that again. I want to do it again, but we'll see. And I've been wrestling with other Kindle cases as well, but more about that later. Oh, I basically used, in case you, not much of a recommendation, is it? I from memory, based it on my iPhone case tutorial. So if you did want to have a go at something similar, the iPhone case tutorial is on my site, which I will link to, and you can size that up for a Kindle. But I did it using my tiny little brain, which didn't remember right, which is why I had all those issues. And then I've since made 2 more Kindle cases, and it's only on the 3rd one that I eventually thought, I know, I could look at my own tutorial and remember what I was doing so that I got some clue as to where I keep going wrong. Yeah. So you'd think three of them down, I'd have it off pat by now, wouldn't you? But we're all a bit, what's the word? Hit and miss, really. So let's not dwell on that. Let's move on. I just thought I would quickly show you Sophie. I've posted about this already, so I won't go on about it. But I just wanted to sort of show you it in the flesh, as it were. Just because I'm happy with her. Yeah. But she's sort of, as you can see, she's all sort of quite nice, but she also sort of scrunches up, and you just can wrap around nicely. And she's all nice and cosy, even though she's all hooly and gappy. Oh, wrong way round. She is sort of all nice and snuggly too. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you her in the flesh, because I'm quite happy with her. There we go. I shall wear her now. Why not? Okay, so that's all of that. And now what was I going to show you? Sorry, just got notes down here. I was going to show you some things. I've been doing quite well because I had Christmas money, and then my birthday's quite soon after Christmas, so then I had birthday money. So I've been able to buy a few things, and I've still got some money left because I've got a trip to Loop planned later this month, so that would be exciting. So I had to save some money for that. But I have been buying some things. So there's this. Look at the colours. Love the colours. Oh, can't fit all the colours on the screen. Well, that is all of them actually, but this is Erica Knight for John Lewis. Strange name, but there it is. Oh, let's get that there. There we go, Erica Knight for John Lewis. Double knit, 100% wool. Now you will remember, possibly, if you watched last time, I was whinging that I didn't like wool and I didn't know what to make with this pattern because when I put the wool against my neck, it was like, and I couldn't stand it. This stuff is absolutely fine. Soft. And it's not that it's not, can you see that it's got sort of fluffy bits? I don't know if you can sort of see. Not really. But anyway, it's not that it's not got woolly bits sticking out, the sort of potentially scratchy, irritating bits. They're all sort of there. It's definitely very wool feeling. I just love the ply on it, by the way. That sort of loose, just 2 strands, 2 plies. Love how that looks. It's a shame you can't see. This colour's almost, it's not neon, but it's a lot faded out on the screen. Put it back here to get better colour. Not really, sort of. But yeah, it's quite in the flesh. I don't know if you know Starcraft Light. Zing, it's a bit like that. It's quite look, actually, here they are compared. They're almost identical, actually. Zing's slightly more bright. Anyway, point being, I just saw these when I went in John Lewis and thought, oh, those colours! I have to have those colours. They're slightly mismatched with these ones. I don't know, but I loved them and I loved them together. So they're going to have to be a something. I don't know what something. For some unknown reason, I am strangely drawn to little capelet ponchos that I never wear. I have approximately 4, 5 capelet ponchos that I never wear. And I would like to make this into another capelet poncho that I will probably never wear. There is obviously something wrong with me. But that's what it wants to be. That's what it's saying to me at the moment. Make me into. So, unless I can think of something better to do with it, that's what it might be. Maybe if I made another one, I would wear it all the time. That's quite likely, isn't it? Yeah. Right, moving swiftly on. Fabric. Let me just hold this up and show it to you actually. Let's get that in nice and close. These are fabrics from the lovely, lovely, lovely Messy Jessie. She's a real cutie and she just makes the nicest things. If you haven't seen her blog already, I shall link it because I don't know it. I guess it's just messyjessie.blogspot.co.uk. I'm sure if you type in Messy Jessie you will find it. But anyway, she has a fabric shop as well called Sew and Quilt, where you can buy pretties like this. Aren't they fab? I really like, I think this is my favourite. The green one is my absolute favourite at the moment. Oh, that's better. That's better colour. There. Yeah, so very pleased with them. No idea what they're going to be, but you don't have to know with fabric, do you? I think you just go, ooh, that's pretty, I'll buy it. And then at some point, it gets put in things. That's my theory, anyway. For some reason with yarn, I feel more, I really should have some idea of what it's going to be, even if it doesn't end up being it. Oh, and just one more thing, because I thought this could be not just about stash, but just about pretties generally. So I thought I'd show you, because I have a bit of a stationery thing. I don't think I'm alone in that. Not on, according to Instagram anyway. So I thought I'd just show you some pretties, stationery pretties that I got. My sewing notebook has run out. I filled it up, so I had to buy a new one. Yay! So I got this one from W.H. Smith's. So that's really nice. I like that. Nice little band to keep it close. It's a nice big size as well. It's bigger than A5, but it's smaller than A4. And it's just got pretty pages too with butterflies on. So that's good. Haven't used it yet, but I like that a lot. And then I got some of these. They make me happy. My daughter got some of these for Christmas, and I've always wanted some. You know, when I was younger, I always used to see them in stationery shops and I wish I could have some of those, but I guess they were expensive. They are expensive, actually. So I never got some. And then now I'm a grown up adult and all, it's never occurred to me to go and buy some of my own. But I did. I went and brought some of my own. And my excuse, my reason, is that I could do little crochet charts with them, maybe. I know it's a bit of a backward step from doing them on the computer, but I just wondered if it might be easier. And other than that, I don't know. I just want them and to have them. Maybe I could do nice. I don't know. Something useful. I'll think of something. Anyway, I have them and they're mine, and that's the main thing. I had a little go. This is going to be for Weekender Blankie. I had a little go at doing charts. It's not great, but could be good for something like that, couldn't it? So I might use those. Which brings me to actually what I was going to talk about when I had the blanket out. The Weekender blanket. Some of you have been asking me for this pattern, for these hexagons. I don't suppose it can be original really, but I just was playing around with ideas, and this was the shape that I decided I wanted in the end. I spoke about it last time, so I won't go on, but so people have been asking me for the pattern for that. So yes, I will write it up. I've done a chart. I will write it out. But I was wondering if you wanted to join in with me in making a blanket. I was thinking maybe, I don't know, is anyone else making hexagon blankets? Shall we sort of keep each other company? Because I told you I was struggling with mine, and I'm just doing it at the weekend, so it's probably going to be slow, so I might need some, what's the word? You know, support, some enthusiasm to carry me along to actually finish it. I mean, I will finish it, but keep the oomph up to keep wanting to do it. At the moment I do, just because I love the colours. I love how they're looking together. But yeah, I thought maybe if you're having trouble finishing yours, or if you've got sort of something long term on the go and you want to get it out, and we could sort of cheer each other on. Or if you want to make some of these ones, we could have a little hexy blanket along, Weekender blanket along. I don't know what quite exactly along it should be, but something with hexagons, something blankets. What do you think? That's my question. What do you think of the idea? I was going to start a thread on Ravelry. Yeah, so you can let me know what you think, whether you've got anything on the go, whether you need some cheering on. We could keep each other company and post pictures, and you can show me all the lovely things that you've done, and we could even just post pictures for our inspiration. That might be quite nice, mightn't it? So there you go, that's what I thought. And are you struggling with your hexagons? That's the other thing. Do you find it easy to sort of place the colours? I've got better, I think, recently, but this one's hard. I'm liking how it's coming out though, I'm getting there. It's getting a bit easier as I go. But yeah. So let me know about that. Let me know if we could have some blanketing, hexagon blanketing alonging fun together. That would be good. And that's it really. I will open up a episode thread on the Ravelry group as well. Sorry, my words are getting jumbled in my mouth. The Ravelry group is Cherry Heart's Cozy Corner. I'll link it, obviously. Yeah, so I thought I'd start up a little thread in there. So if I didn't say anything that you wanted to know the answer to, or you've got any questions, or anything really you want to say about it, then come and tell me. Come and chat about it. And you can let me know if you were having trouble with light or sound last time. You can let me know if this is any better. Hopefully it is. Hopefully you can see me and hear me, because I'm not very loud talking, and I try to sort of speak up, but it just goes down quiet again. So yeah, let me know. Right, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for sticking with me this long. It's been lovely chatting to you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.